This is Charlie Flowe, World Sports Show. Today we're going to talk about U.S. soccer and one of their branches off soccer success that's done here in Chester, Upland. I want to thank you guys for joining me today.
Thanks for having us.
How did this all come about? You know, I've read about it on U.S. soccer sites, but how did this get started?
Well, a little over 4 years ago, our university, Widener, took the lead on pursuing a grant from the U.S. Soccer Foundation. They had been operating a program called Soccer for Success, bringing the game of soccer into more urban environments for a number of years, and they were fortunate to receive a grant from the Social Innovation Fund to grow this program based around health and wellness. So our university partnered with a couple key organizations throughout the community, Crozier Keystone Health System, Philadelphia Union, and a number of others, including the William Tripley Youth Development Foundation, who had been operating soccer programming here in Chester for a number of years. We pursued the grant funding to operate this after-school program, and we're fortunate enough to be one of 13 original grant recipients just over 4 years ago to operate the program.
And you're wearing the awesome shirt that I see. That a lot of what I've read when I've talked to you guys before this interview that we're doing now, and isn't just about the kids playing soccer. It's about nutrition and family time and education. I think that's something that goes above and beyond a lot of soccer programs.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I think one of the unique things about the program is how the nutrition curriculum is embedded within our soccer curriculum. So every single training session, there's a soccer lesson teaching the basic skills of the game, but also a healthy living habit that's instilled within the players.
Yeah, I totally agree there, because we see a lot of these kids that'll come to our camps, you know, and they'll bring like a soda with them to camp, and a lot of them don't realize you shouldn't be, you know, drinking that before or after. Just getting them to understand the basic nutrition and how it can kind of create a domino effect where they take it home to their family.
Exactly. We've seen a lot of positive trends already just in 4 years, and we're just touching the tip of the iceberg. Some of the other programs nationally are really doing an unbelievable job where parents are saying that eating habits are changing, the way that they grocery shop is changing, and while here in Chester there isn't a lot of food access, some progress has been made. It's bringing to light the importance of food and access through communities like ourselves, and hopefully all of those can connect and make for a better learning environment and a better living environment for the youth that we serve.
A lot of people watching this video might know exactly how it works. You guys do a lot of the after-school programs. You'll go to the school, and space can be tough here in Chester. I mean, that's the reality, and I know that's probably one of your bigger challenges, is finding space for these kids to play and do any type of soccer event.
It is. Space is always a challenge, and every one of our sites is a bit different. We have some sites that work exclusively indoors. We have some that have full-size outdoor grass space, not necessarily a dedicated soccer field, but we're able to be as creative as we need to be in order to get physical activity for the youth, give them a safe and healthy environment to play in. And something that we're hoping to build upon in the future is building safe spaces to play. We were fortunate to receive funding from the Philadelphia Union Foundation, MLS, and a couple other partners to build a mini pitch. So essentially a tennis court type surface enclosed in fencing, and it's essentially an outdoor futsal field to the tune of about $40,000 that we here in the community didn't have to pay for at all. And it's really transformed the school as a whole. They use it for phys ed classes. Kids are out there after school. They're out there on the weekends. And it's really been unique to see what a simple little space can do to help transform a school culture.
And all three of us are soccer coaches here, and just that if you have even just a room like we're in now that's 20 by 20, that even if it's like a basketball court or indoor space, it's just that you can do any type of training. I'm sure that's the neat part about this, is you take the challenges and you work with what you have, and it's probably helped you grow as a coach.
Yeah, exactly. And one of the things I talk about with our coaches is we have to be flexible to the surroundings. We've run training sessions in a hallway before, and there's pros and cons. That's going to work on the 1v1 ability and the skills to beat a player in tight spaces. So using the environment we have and being flexible is key to working in Chester Upland School District.
And that's another thing they've been preaching about in U.S. soccer is a lot of the changes been made is working with the small side. We all do that. It's not always 11v11, which probably thinks that's all sometimes soccer coaches do is 11v11, but like you said, the small side of the 2-on-2s, 3-on-3s can be so beneficial to these kids because they get more touches in.
Exactly. I think with our curriculum, it's somewhat modeled in terms of the schedule where there's 2 practice days per week.
Okay.
And then the third day of the week is gameplay. And it's all internal. We operate solely at sites. There's very few times, maybe once or twice a year, where we bring all of our sites together to actually compete. but that game day and the portion of free play is always 3v3, 4v4, 5v5 at the absolute most, and it allows all the students to get the physical activity component covered. It allows them to all get quality touches as opposed to just throwing 20 kids out there and expecting it to be productive. So it emulates the model from U.S. Soccer down, but it really resonates through what the U.S. Soccer Foundation is trying to accomplish.
I mean, we've come a long way in the soccer community where we're starting to see it become a regular sport. I grew up in the 70s, the 80s, it was kind of the other sport. But now I think with the growth of the game, especially now with Philadelphia having, right in the city of Chester, a MLS team, the Union, that is becoming a regularly accepted sport that anybody can play.
It is, and I think it's an ongoing dilemma or question in this country, whether it be opportunities in male, female, but it's largely been a suburban game, and the U.S. Soccer Foundation is trying to grow this. And I don't know the exact numbers, but about 4 years ago, I think there were 13,000 youth in this Soccer Success program.
Okay.
To date, that number's about 30,000, so there's been growth. And they have a very aggressive goal of 1 million participants in this program by 2026. So they're trying to have 1 million new youth soccer players. And maybe soccer's not the end goal, maybe the health and wellness is really the end goal, but there's 1 million new young people doing something around the game of soccer, and it'll be really interesting to see over the next 15, 20 years how that translates to the higher level, whether it be professional teams, national teams, things along those lines.
Yeah, I think that one of the challenges we don't have in soccer is there's not a lot of equipment. It's just a space and a ball. I mean, I don't mind when we have these rep programs. You probably agree if a kid shows up in high tops, it doesn't matter. If they're there to play, all you need is a ball and space. That's the great thing about the game of soccer.
Yeah.
Looking to May 18th coming up really soon, exactly a Wednesday from now. You guys are going to have like a play date here at Widener University, inviting a lot of your players. Let's talk about that event. I don't know much about it, so it's your third time doing this.
Sure. So it's an annual event that, as I said, 1, maybe 2 times a year we actually compete. It's less about competition and more so about the relationships that are fostered with our coaches and the mentorship and the nutrition education and the physical activity. So 1 or 2 times a year we have an opportunity to bring together groups from all of our various sites. So currently we're operating in 10 of 12 locations here within the community, and as of next fall, fortunately, we'll be in all 12 locations K through 8. So because of some logistical challenges, 8 of our sites will be represented next Wednesday. We'll divide them out into small teams, and on one of our turf fields here where our varsity teams play, the youth will have an opportunity to play in round-robin tournaments against age-appropriate kids representing their schools, and it's sort of the culmination of all the hard work that they put forth throughout the year, and they have an opportunity to get out and have a bit of fun playing on the turf field on a college campus, but represent their schools as well at the same time.
I mean, that's the great part about these programs, that you want to teach them the game of soccer, but you want them to go out to actually play the game and have a goal to strive for.
Exactly. And speaking on the play day, there's a real buzz around the sites, and the kids are talking about it, the kids are excited, and it's something that, now the coaches can kind of use it as a way to encourage participants to focus on kind of the finer aspects of the game going into the play day. Moving forward, one of the things that's great is we have the soccer program during the year, but our coaches also challenge our participants to keep the healthy living habits going throughout the summer. So trying to goal set and move forward into the summer.
Yeah, that's a big thing. You don't want the kids to fall off track, because there's times where you can't see them and you're curious about what they're up to, but if they can keep at the program, at least the health side, they might not have access to the soccer, but at least they've got that side still covered when they come back to in the fall.
Exactly.
And what are some of the things that kids have said to you, some like the testimonials, that just them getting to play on a college field, it must be like a dream come true for these kids.
Yeah, I would agree. And, we actually have participants now. They'll come out and they'll play on the college field. So this will be a little bit more of a formal environment for them. But I'm thinking of 2 participants in particular that have really been taken by the game of soccer. Started at Soccer for Success and have been part of the program for 4 years. And now they're trying to move on to kind of the traditional club soccer environment. So we're helping build those bridges for them.
Yeah, that was my next question. Curious about is only been doing this for 4 years. I'm correct, right? So you're slowly starting to see the success, but I guess that's the dream next is seeing these kids move on. It's like playing club, playing high schools, playing for their middle schools, and eventually maybe they'll be good enough players to get invited to play for our college team.
Yeah.
So if we're able to do that, that would be great. And
Yeah.
that's where we are now in terms of the scale of the program and what direction we want to take this. We want to make sure that we're doing right by the community and sticking to the health and wellness component. But if we do a good job with that, there's some tremendous athletes, and the hope is that some of them do gravitate towards soccer and continue on. There is, as Brendan mentioned, a buzz around the play day. There's a buzz around creating middle school teams as early as next year or the following, which has not existed. And there's been discussions for quite some time about having a high school program for the Chester Upland School District. So in some shape or form, we play a part in that because we're able to bring to the masses an introduction to this game. And then from there, it's just a matter of what partners, what groups can we work with to be able to cater to those who are excelling at the game of soccer. Or maybe those who aren't all that great, but they love it.
Yeah.
And we still want to be able to work with them because the reality is everybody's not going to be great. But those youth who keep coming back, those parents who are involved, we need to find ways to make it work and make it enjoyable for each of them to be around the game.
Yeah, I think it's a contagious thing that you hear about the kids at the school that I teach at, Chester Community Charter Schools, that go to this program and you want that kind of positive envy and jealousy, like, hey, I get to go to soccer for success, or I'm doing a great thing, and then they want to invite their friends, where it's almost that domino effect. It creates a ripple where you get more kids in because they hear about how much fun they can have in a game of soccer.
Exactly. We're very fortunate with the grant from the U.S. Soccer Foundation and what they provide. Each of our participants receives a unique jersey, shin guard, soccer socks, and a ball. So it really makes them feel part of the team.
Yeah.
And obviously for many of them, it doesn't go much beyond their school, except for the one day a year where we have a play day or something along those lines. But the fact that they have that jersey, it's tangible. And with the Philadelphia Union in town, that can resonate to a team, or the Philadelphia Eagles, or the Philadelphia Phillies. So for the first time, many of these youth feel like they're part of a team.
Yeah.
And that's an amazing feeling to see where they are and that there's something else that's keeping them together.
No, they proudly, I've seen a lot of my students proudly wear these jerseys that say U.S. Soccer, and they feel that they're part of something bigger, and actually they are. And I think that's the thing, is that unity and that bringing a community together and feeling like, hey, I'm part of this system. I was part of U.S. Soccer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, gentlemen, I want to thank your time and look forward to seeing you guys May 18th here at Widener University. Play date. It'll be the 3rd annual. Check out the website. Is it ussoccerfoundation.org?
The U.S. Soccer Foundation is our grant funding
Yes.
organization, and our website, Chester Upland Soccer for Success.
Cool. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.